the smell coming from?
I think it's coming from the container over there.
But I ate all the ice cream.
Oh, that's not ice cream, that's fish.
Have you ever left food in your fridge to save it for later only to find yourself unearthing the culinary equivalent of a rotting desiccated corpse later? Well, fret not, for Traycer is here to save the tray. Traycer is no mere tray as it is equipped with pressure sensors that can be used to automatically check the time and location items are placed or removed from it using an accompanying app. It also has an LED strip that blinks red on an item's location to alert you if it is 3 days before its expiration, or blinks white to lead you to its location after selecting it on the app.
This ensures that you won't waste food ever again.
If I were using the Traycer, I wouldn't remember the fish I left in the freezer. Although, I'm curious, how were you able to come up with it?
Well,
After repeatedly forgetting the food I store in my fridge until they spoil, I decided to create a product to address this issue. By looking for several patents and designs used as inspiration through a patent search, I was able to come up with my own invention, the Traycer.
Oh, very interesting. So are you planning on sharing Traycer with the world?
Yup, that's the plan. I even thought of a logo for it.
Ah, then you should really look into protecting Traycer since you never know when someone else might take credit for it and market it as their own.
I've been planning to, but I'm not exactly sure how to protect it.
No worries, I happen to know quite a bit about this. You can actually file for intellectual property protection for Traycer by simply approaching our government's IP office, IPOFIL, and filling in the appropriate IP application form, which in this case should be the one for utility models since it likely doesn't meet the inventive requirement to be a patent. Additionally, you should also apply to trademark the name and logo of Traycer to protect its image. Afterwards, you will need to send them documents pertaining to your IP and pay the necessary fees. After that, it's a matter of waiting for approval.
So, what's next after my IP gets approved?
Well, it's time to start commercializing. With your IP approved by IPOFIL, you can distribute Traycer in the Philippines without worrying about your IP rights being infringed.
That's great! Now households can easily reduce their food waste with the help of Traycer. After all, it's as easy as 1, 2, tray. But wait. What if I want Traycer to reach all corners of the world?
Well, it's a different story since you'd have to file an IP for each country you plan on branching out to. This can be expensive, but it'll be worth it in the end.
Oh, then how do I use IP to my advantage?
Well, that's where enforcement comes in. So let's say I started selling a carbon copy of the Traycer called the Betrayal. You can enforce your IP rights by reporting me to IPOFIL. Once your report has been verified, you will then be advised to file a formal complaint against me which may turn into legal action and compensation. So, by enforcing your IP, you stop others from misusing your ideas without your permission.
how wonderful life must be. Let's get travelers from
Well, we have IP to thank for that as it helps protect someone's brainchild. If more people are encouraged to use it to their advantage, then the world might just be a better and happier place.